Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First leg is David to throw first. Game on.
These two
83.
tussling it out. David Pallett, like Mark Webster, needs to make the final if he wants to qualify for the European Championship. It's a very, very tall order. Beating Mensur Suljovic is a tall order these days as well.
100.
Well, Dave Pallett has already seen off the number 9 seed, Gerwyn Price, and the Northern Irishman, former Grand Prix finalist Brendan Dolan. Can he see off the number 8 seed, Mensur Suljovic? That is a big ask, as you say.
59.
But with the way that he is fired in the maximums this weekend, David Pallett, he's hit 10 in 2 games. Then maybe he can do it.
Yeah, hit 5 against Dolan, 5 against Gerwyn Price yesterday, who missed a match start at tops
99.
and then bust his score on double 10. So David Pallett riding his luck to some extent in that match yesterday against the number 9 seed. Road is looking qualifying as well. He had a couple of 6-5 wins en route here. One against Ricky Williams,
100.
one against Devon.
Yeah, part of the same stable as Devon Peterson and Joe Cullen, of course. Joe Cullen's in the quarterfinals. Did very well earlier.
126.
Suljovic, the only man in the field this weekend, other than Michael van Gerwen, to have won a European Tour event this year. James Wade and Phil Taylor not here this weekend.
100.
Number 11 for David Pallett for the weekend.
It was only a matter of time. Mensur Suljovic following up 9 previous ranking semi-finals by reaching his first in Riesa last month. Of course, he went on to win it as well. He's since played in 2 more, both against Michael van Gerwen, so he has to be considered this weekend. But David Pallett looking for the first leg here.
39.
Yeah, unfortunate there. That board, dart dropping out the board has cost him a dart for this opening leg, and you don't really want to give Mensur these chances. Twiddle of the dart. Treble 17 for bullseye now. Gets the treble, needs the bullseye. Pallett can't look.
Oof. 96. David, you require 40.
For a hold of throw. That's a good guide. Surely.
Oh.
No score.
How?
And that's
Mensur
the question that David Pallett is
25.
asking both himself and his support crew over his left shoulder. He's still asking the question.
How has that not gone in? I believe was what was mouthed towards his stable over there. Double 10 for Mensur.
5 score. David, you require 40.
Well, Mensur wasn't missing much yesterday.
He certainly wasn't. Pallett keeps on missing. And again, he's got one more go at double 10 here.
20. Mensur, you require 20.
And this could be a 19-dart break of throw for Mensur Suljovic. He won't care if it's 20 or 21 as long as he gets over the line here. Double 5.
Game shot in the first
And
leg.
eventually the first leg comes to an
Second
end.
leg is Mensur to throw
21-dart
first.
break of throw for Mensur Suljovic. And he leads 1-0.
Well,
Game on.
Mensur has already missed as many darts at double in this match as he did in the entirety of his game yesterday against Darren Johnson. Oh, look at this. Mensur. Oh, there we go. Look at that back leg. Yeah,
100.
He's actually not, now that we've seen Janos Vargsha on the Euro Tour, he's actually not the most pronounced. Janos Vargsha looks like he's going to
60.
pirouette and move into some sort of various other ballet stances when he throws a dart. It makes Mensur look like pie map.
Reminiscent of Nijinsky, not the racehorse.
96.
That was more Peter Wright yesterday with his flowing mane.
Yeah.
A little bit more conventional.
140.
Yeah, I mentioned those 2 defeats by Van Gerwen. One was in the final in Mulheim, which Mensur lost 6-5, having led 4-2 and 5-4. Failed to make the most of throwing first in the decider. Hit just one treble in his first 9.
58.
And Van Gogh and Julie rattled in an 11-dart break of throw. No such hard-luck story when they met in the final in Barnsley in the 14th Players' Championship last month as
100.
well. Van Gogh racing away to a 6-0 win there. And Suljovic also lost a semi-final against Christian Kist in Dublin in September, on the last day of September. Throw into the mix, a run to the semis in Venray, runs to the quarters in Gibraltar, Hamburg, Dusseldorf. It's little wonder he's second in the European Tour Order of Merit right now.
Mensur acquired 110.
And he will stay there as well because Peter Wright will not be overtaking him. He's third on the Pro Tour Order of Merit these days too. And
60.
he's number 12 in the world.
21.
But Pallett with another 180 setting up this opportunity. Double 8 to level things up straight away. An instant break back.
Game shot on the second leg.
And he'll
David
be
Pallett.
mightily relieved to
Third
have
leg is
finally landed a double.
Game on.
Well, I'll be honest, I thought he'd made it a little bit hard for himself there. I mean, he's evidently in 180 mode. He's at 12 this weekend already, but he's at 180 to leave 21. I mean, had he been a little
51.
bit cuter about it, he might have had an extra dart at a double. In the end, he's hit it last dart, so it doesn't really matter. But he has levelled the score at 1 apiece. David Pallett, of course, had this great run to the semi-finals in Austria on the Euro Tour last year, but it's been a lean year for him.
Well, that's putting him mildly.
But 140.
It was 180s that propelled him to that semi-final in Austria. He was hitting them for fun. And he's in a similar sort of mood, it seems, this weekend. So maybe something special could happen. You know, to beat Mensur Suljovic here, and then potentially beat Michael Van Gerwen, and then, well, I mean, you don't really, there's no point looking any further. He's got to beat Mensur Suljovic first. And he's never beaten Mensur. He's met 4 times and lost all of them.
Yeah.
One at the World Championship when he ran him close.
Yeah, and all 4 matches within the last year or so.
Yeah, he's had 2 hidings. He had a 6-0 and a 6-1, but he has run him close a couple of times. The World Championship, and he had a 6-5 defeat in April in Barnsley. Yeah,
and that defeat by Suljovic in Ali Pali was hot on the heels of a very, very effective win over Kim Huybrechts as well.
Another superb game.
140.
Pallett only played 2 games of the World Championship, and they were both 2 of the most watchable games of the entire tournament. Now, is he going to do another 180?
He might as well.
Well, he tried
140.
when the sensible shot would have probably been ball there.
56.
But, I mean, Pallett has just got... His head is just full of treble 20s. Little else, it would appear.
Yeah, because otherwise he would have left himself double 15.
And there is an argument to, you know, create a bit of noise. It's a packed-out hall. People will be shouting and cheering. It might have put Mensur off. As it is, he's not giving himself a dart at the double at the 156 anyway. So Pallett. Yeah, well, he'll have 2 darts at the double. Lovely stuff, Dave Pallett.
David Pallett.
Yeah, he looks to have found his
Mensur to throw first.
rhythm now. He's got 2 legs on the board, back to back. Sitting very pretty at the moment, Dave Pallett. 26 years of age from Kettering.
60.
Really did make a lot of people sit up and take notice.
Kettering?
I thought he was from Kettering, born in Kettering.
Newport in Shropshire, my man.
Born in Kettering, was he?
128.
Not getting confused with stablemate Ricky Evans of Kettering, are you?
Yeah, when you say Newport, that instantly rings bells. But
Shropshire lad. It's Dave Pallett. 26 years old, though. You're quite right in that regard.
99.
I fear I may have merged my notes on the 2.
You can't confuse Ricky Evans with Dave Pallett. I'm sure neither of them would be
60.
happy with that. Although they have.
They are inseparable at
They
times.
have, yeah. I mean, they have spent various Euro tours where they've been together, hosting their own impromptu chat show with Stephen Bunting. It was 3 men in a bath, 3 men in a bed.
140.
I mean, it's not going to take over from Jonathan Ross anytime soon.
Which is a shame. Was he just concerned maybe about that second dart, but
I mean, I think
stayed there anyway.
He'd realised that if he hit a ton 40, you'd leave a bogey number. He should have hit a 19, and he could have left the 164. But as I say, Dave Pallett is just thinking in terms of 180s and nothing else.
As demonstrated in the previous leg, he stayed there anyway.
130.
Now he's having a little think.
Yeah, 175 remaining.
53. Mensur requires 72.
Beautifully done. Double 12 for Mensur.
Game shot on the fourth leg. Mensur Suljovic. Fifth leg is David to throw first. Game on.
Well, aside from that opening leg, it's been good, tidy stuff from these two. 15 data from Mensur there.
57.
14 data from Pallett in the previous leg. Went for all those missed doubles early on. There you see, 15, 14, 15, good stuff. Could have been something similar in the first leg, were it not for both men missing lots of doubles, in which case we'd be looking at an average round about the 100 mark for the pair. As it is, it's in the low 90s. But, well, right then, high 80s.
100.
Yeah, it's a dip for Suljovic from the highs of yesterday.
Well, it's a dip in general from his overall level of performance. But as I say, it's one bad leg that's dragging everything
60.
down. Elmar Polk, our MC, when he introduced him to the stage, as we see Mensur do his dying swan gesticulation that he usually does when the dart doesn't go exactly where he wants it. Introducing Mensur to the stage,
129.
he said he called him unglaublich konstant, just unthinkably consistent over the last year. It's exactly what he's been.
180.
And he was consistent in the treble 20 bed there as well.
First one of the weekend for Mensur.
140.
Pretty good riposte from Dave Pallett to get himself down to a 2-darter.
$100. David requires 75.
Suljovic is lurking, just in case. Double 12 for Pallett. Double 6.
Game shot on the fifth leg.
Yeah, the
David
double 12,
Pallett.
double 6 route for
Six
Mensur
legs
in the
for Mensur
last
to throw
leg. Double
first.
12,
Game
double
on.
6 for Pallett this time around. 3-2, on we go.
Another 15-dart leg. It's all nice, tidy stuff.
136.
Pallett is not someone who's ever going to look phased. He has admitted at times he's just been, his head's gone. I remember when he played Phil Taylor at the UK Open. Big stage game.
91.
Oh, I'm playing Phil Taylor. He got himself psyched up for it, and Phil, like in the first leg or something, when he came on stage, referred to Pallett by the wrong name, and he
174.
said, "Oh, he doesn't know who I am," and his head went, and he didn't play anywhere near as well as he could do, and he got absolutely tanked by Phil. But that's what happens.
180.
And that is 180, number 3 for Dave Pallett.
And it's 180, 180s for the tournament as a whole. With 8 matches to come after this one as well.
100.
Yeah, he's frustrated there. He wants to stay on the treble 20. That looks like it might be in.
105.
It was.
Mensur requires 91.
Now then, 91 plays 1-2-5. They may both start on the bull. No, Mensur goes the aggressive route to the treble 17. Has to find a treble to get a dart for the leg and does not get that.
51.
Pallett starting on the bull. He loves a bull finish. He does all kinds of odd finishes, Dave Pallett. Now it's treble 20 tops. He's not going bull, surely. Even Pallett. Oh, tops!
105.
That
Mensur
could have
requires
just
40.
given him a real shot in the arm there. And it would have given him a huge amount of self-belief going into the latter stages of this particular match. He might still get another chance. Mensur looking at double 10. Mensur taking out double 10.
7 leg is David to throw first.
A missed dart at tops for a break there for Pallett.
He's in there again.
145.
Trying to start with the old 170. The old Mensur manoeuvre. maybe he's not just thinking solely in terms of 180s, Dave Pallett.
100.
This venue holds special memories too for Mensur. He came through the European qualifiers for this one last year. Made the semi-finals before losing 6-1 to Michael van Gerwen. You could argue that's where it all really began for him. Certainly where he first made a name for himself on the European Tour. Had a terrific 2015.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. First Euro Tour of the year last year. Seems a long while ago now. A lot of Euro Tour darts happened since then, and Mensur Suljovic has thrown a lot of them, and he's thrown some of the best.
60.
Certainly been involved in a lot of games, Mensur Suljovic. But Pallett is matching him here. The averages have now
140.
been creeping up since that opening leg, both in the mid-90s. We've had a whole string of legs here in 5 visits to the board.
60.
Pallett will not go out in 5 visits in this one, though. And if Mensur can, he will get the break of throw that will give him the advantage that he needs. That's a good start. Bullseye now, I would think.
105.
Yeah, because that gets him down below 100. He's on a 2-darter.
And with Pallett having squandered the chance for a break in the previous leg, Suljovic now has the chance for a break of his own.
Mensur required 96.
Treble 20 for double 18. For 4-3. For Austria's number 1. Now, does he stay there? He does. I can't tell if it's in it. No, it's not. He's throwing it too quickly.
Shaking his
Debut
head.
required 112.
A lot riding on this, and there's even more riding on it now because he's missed his first start.
Mensur required 36.
Well, he's got to the double 18 that he wanted darts at in the last visit. Got 3 clear ones at it now. Now double 9, cannot afford to miss inside Mensur Suljovic. Can he use that? Well, I'm not sure he even kissed off it, but there is the old Mensur headbutt. It is the break of throw. Suljovic 4-3 up. And Pallett just sort of wry smile.
You know exactly what he's saying to himself inside there. Yeah. Can't repeat it now, obviously. But
55.
Well, he just composed himself there.
80.
And things are just not clicking for Dave Pallett here. Everything seems to be turning against him at exactly the wrong time.
Well, look, he is not out of this by a long shot, but he's going to have to, you would think, find
59.
a few more of those 180s upon which he has relied this weekend. 13 for the tournament so far, Dave Pallett.
And he's already broken Suljovic once, so he's done that already. He needs to do it again.
And then that dart at tops for the 125, that would have been a 12-dart break of throw. It would have put him 4-2 up. And within, what, 2-3 minutes, he finds himself 4-3 down. Mensur throwing for 5-3. And to really grab a hold of this match. It is just one dart here and there that can change the course of the game. Pallett, just always a dangerous game, sort of peeking over Mensur's shoulder to see what he's hit, because you might get a boot in the shin.
41.
Oh dear. Well, Suljovic can kick on here. After that way below par visit for Pallett.
140.
Yeah, you may be taking this out of Pallett's hands.
99.
Well,
Mensur require 147.
Keeps him in the hunt.
$97.
Ton minimum, wants to stay on the 20s, so... Okay,
90.
well 90, that's not
Mensur
the end of the
require
world.
50.
But Mensur's going to be able to pick here. I would imagine it'll be 18 for double 16. That's the route. And that's the dart that puts him within a leg of the quarterfinals, Mensur Suljovic. Pallett has the throw in 2 of the remaining 3 legs. And as Mensur gives it the single gilding to his supporters in the crowd, Pallett knows he has got to win the last 3 on the spin. But that is a fourth 180, and it's not a bad way to start the pretty tough task that he has in front of him.
Absolutely. Mensur, though, we talk about his prowess on double 14, but today already double 18, double 9, double 16, double 8. He's a versatile player. He's not 85. A one-trick pony.
I don't think he hit it at all in his game against Darren Johnson.
No. And I'm pretty sure in that final against Kim Huybrechts he didn't either.
97.
In reset. But Pallett's with it all to do here, but like you say, Dan, he's made the perfect start through. He's made a very strong start to this 9th leg.
$100.
Needed to fill it up if he was going to get down to a finish. Pallett knows.
100. David, you require 124.
This should be his leg, and 5-4.
$56.
Bit of a frustration for him there. Just one treble would have made things a little bit easier. He may only get 1 dart at the double when he returns to the board.
$60. David, you require 68.
Pressure's off a little bit. Still has to go, though. Beautiful guide. Yeah,
game shot
really
the 9th leg,
door.
David Pallett. 10th leg is Mensur to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, Pallett just mopping his brow here. There we see. Giving us a perfect illustration of the conditions on stage. It's not quite 46 degrees, as Paul Nicholson mentioned earlier on, that he referred to in Mulheim.
58.
But it is warming up. The breath of 1,900 fans or so wafting its way onto the stage, heating the players up.
140.
Can Pallett maintain his cool and convert? He's already 80 points ahead in this leg. Now, win this leg and Pallett suddenly becomes the favourite. He would have to throw in the decider, and Mensur,
100.
such an important last dart from him. There's still advantage Pallett here if he can keep getting into that treble 20 bed.
83.
And he's hit the 3. And you could hear the anguish in his voice as he lurched forward there.
Is Mensur just going to slow things down here? He does this, and he will maintain that he is about getting the best out of himself, not messing around with his opponent. Pallett is not the most rat-a-tat. He's not Ricky Evans, irrespective of what your notes say. But he's not the most rat-a-tat-tat player, but I don't think he wants to hang around. He doesn't want to be made to wait.
No. Especially when he's got a bit of
94
impetus behind him, as he was threatening to do that. He's still not down to a finish.
Ton isn't enough for Mensur, but that looks perfect. Look at the room. Look at the room in that treble bed. Can he find another? He can. He can. Important dart. 104 left for Mensur Suljovic for the match and a place in the quarterfinals. David Pallett
needs a treble like you wouldn't believe.
60. Mensur require 104.
104 plays 1-2-4. Mensur on 104 and gets the first poke at this. 1 treble will get him a dart at a double. Pallett, 1 treble will get him a dart at the bull. Mensur needs a treble though. Gets the treble for the match. Mensur is in the quarterfinals. The number 8 seed holds off a fight back from Dave Pallett. It is a 5th consecutive win for the Austrian over Pallett.